Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. If I was your mother, you would have been so loved, held in the arms of joyous light. Never would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night sky. If I was your mother, the world would have been warm.
Yeah, you may have thought Hollywood's Imagine video was in poor form. Well, this woman gets an Oscar for this, okay? Actress Anna Lynn McCord's insane message to Putin really takes the cake for poor form. Here's more of her cringy spoken word bit.
I can't imagine the stain, the soul-stealing pain that the little boy you must have seen and believed, and the formulation of thought quickly taught that you lived in a cruel, unjust world. Is this why you now decide no one will get the best of you? If I was your mother, if the world was cold, I'd have died to make you warm. I'd have died to protect you from the unjust, the violence, the terror, the uncertainty. I would have died to give you life. Oh, dear Mr. President Putin, if only I'd been your mother. Perhaps you would hold dear human life, and on this night, instead of Mother Russia, you would call me. And I would set your mind quite free with the love that only a mother can give and only a mother can take away.
Yeah, I want to call her. I kind of want to call her an idiot. Yeah, that's McCord. She's best known for the 90210 reboot. Also, she was on Nit Tuck. Well, she essentially claims to be an activist. And when asked why she made this video, McCord said this: I know how I could easily have moved in the direction of becoming a dictator myself. If certain circumstances of my life were different, were I a little less bent toward healing and more toward vindication, I could have been a darkly powerful person. Now, McCord created a similar video, essentially in the aftermath of George Floyd's murder, that didn't go viral at the time, thank God, but has essentially now come to light. And in it, she really answers the question of what would she say to Derek Chauvin if she was president?
Officer Derek, I would have brought a press conference. And I would have sat down across from him. And I would have said, I'm so sorry, officer, that we failed you in your education, in your community, in your family, in the way we've mismanaged policing for decades. Because if the system had gotten it right, maybe you wouldn't have gotten it so wrong. So please tell us where it all went wrong, because we need to fix this.
All right, so, well, from George Floyd to Russia, essentially, this is probably definitely one of the worst responses to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. But there were definitely some honorable mentions, like The View's Joy Behar, for example. She complained about the invasion really messing up her vacation plans. She had said, I'm scared of what's going to happen in Western Europe too. You can plan a trip, you wanna go there. I wanna go to Italy for 4 years and I haven't been able to make it because of a pandemic, and now this. There were just way too many people out here in these streets yesterday tweeting and talking when they should have been sitting quiet or maybe having a burger at Applebee's. Cenk?
Yeah, don't read poetry if you're not a poet. Just don't do it. Okay, that's a random note. Secondly, she's like a stereotype of an old school liberal, but not an actual liberal, but what conservatives used to paint liberals as. Like, oh, let's apologize to the bad guys. Why? I don't want to apologize to the bad guys. I want to put them in jail. Okay, so I know it's a a little bit different way of thinking about it. Look, I get that maybe her heart's in the right place and she thinks she could cure these terrible people with love, but there's a couple of things she's misunderstanding. First of all, it's too late, right? Yes, Donald Trump was horribly treated by his dad, and it made him the bitter sociopath that he is now. But he's already a sociopath. You're not gonna hug him out of it. And this other thing she misunderstands is that for people like Vladimir Putin, they're legger monkeys. And you give them a banana, They don't think, oh, thank you for the banana. Thank you for that warm hug, fake mom. He wants 3 more bananas. You're only encouraging him. She just doesn't understand how some of humanity works. All of it is super cringy.
First of all, what a grand opportunity on both occasions to, make herself front and center. If I was a central character in this situation and all eyes were on me in some type of way, then I would be able to make this about me. That's really all she was doing. And again, like, you pointed out too, like, if she was his mother, he still could, suffer from influences in his environment, because the 2 things that really had the most impact on us growing up are our households and the environments that we grow up in. We all know people who got caught up in the streets or got caught up in crime and different types of lifestyles, and they perhaps came from great households. So even if you were his mother, that still perhaps wouldn't have been enough, as Russia has a very long and rich history of warfare, and it's a lot bigger than if you were his mom. So again, it was just me. It's a good opportunity to be like, hey, look at me. That's all that was.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that this woman's approach was just completely insular and absolutely ridiculous, just like her George Floyd spoken word take. It's the fact that it doesn't matter if Vladimir Putin was breastfed longer, he's still gonna act up. Whatever he does, right. He does. He's an adult. So I really wish people would stop. Well, actually, no, we really needed the laugh yesterday, so that's kind of fun.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR, so those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.